Welcome, everyone. Today I've got a special guest. I've got Gavin Wolpert here, fresh off a victory in the Soloway, the NABC. Welcome, Gavin.
Hey, Pete. Thanks for having me.
So your team just won the Soloway knockout, and this means a lot to me because I think this is the first time, or at least recently, a predominantly Australian team has won an NABC, at least in my lifetime. And you were part of it as well. So
It was super exciting. And honestly, those guys it's been a long time coming of them winning an event. They've been close, and they've been winning stuff lately, lots of stuff anyway. It was just a matter of time. I'm so glad that that matter of time aligned well with my matter of time for sure. It was amazing playing with them. And honestly, we could feel the support of people from abroad. Like, I think they're a fan favorite team. Like, they're a bunch of good guys who and even at the tournament, it's amazing how people are supporting them and us. But they're just such a likable group of guys that it was amazing.
So the winning team was the Shuri team with Raj Shuri, you, Gavin Wolpert, Michael Wibley, Sataj Hans, Nabil Edgerton, and Andy Hung. And Michael Wibley is a New Zealander currently living in Argentina, and Sataj, Nabil, and Andy are all from Australia. And you mentioned your support. I want to show you something that came up that after your guys' wins. Have you ever seen anything like this from results of one of your wins?
That's awesome.
So we've got there's a Facebook group called Australasian Bridge, which like celebrates success of all the Australians and New Zealanders that come up. And after your guys'
awesome.
wins.
That is fantastic. I got my head aligned pretty well with that body there too. That's pretty cool. That's awesome.
Yeah. But yeah, so they're all like super pumped about your win. There was a lot of support from over here in New Zealand. But we wanted to dive into some hands. So you've got a few hands from the final we wanted to go over, but before that, Andy and Nabil sent a hand through each. So I wanted to bring up one of these and get your thoughts on this.
Before we jump into the hand, I just wanted because to put you through the path of the Soloway starts with a 2-day Swiss, and where 32 out of 90 teams qualify, which is actually honestly the hardest stage to get through. They cut way more than half the field. And if you think, and the field is pretty deep, there are a lot of good teams. Lots of good teams don't make it. So that's actually the scariest moment of the event. And so we did pretty well, and we weren't ever really in danger of not qualifying in the Swiss. We kind of did. We won most of our matches, survived, and we finished about 9th or 11th, and then we moved up to the 7 seed because there's some combination of where you finish in the Swiss and your existing seeding points where they kind of just bump you up or down based on where your seed is. Original seed would have been. Yeah. But it's the only event where seeding doesn't like completely decide where you are, which when I was younger, when they first came out with it, it was so nice to have, because you spend all these years where the top teams are always the top seeds and they're always getting through, and it's really hard to move your way up. So at least there was one event where you could do well in a Swiss and kind of earn your way through and not have this bracket that's like the US Open in tennis, where it's, where Nadal and Federer always have kind of the easiest draw through to the later rounds. It's a little different like that. Yeah. So we got through the Swiss, and then we played the Fong team in the round of 32. And they were amazing. They really, they were an unknown team, and they played fantastic that day. And we struggled. We were down. We lost the first set by 14. We tied the second set. We tied the third set. And then before the guys went into the fourth quarter, I'm like, guys, I think in order to win this match, we're gonna have to win at least one set. And they went in there and they won 18 imps in the last set and snuck it through. And that was actually our closest call of the whole event, which is pretty amazing.
You had it was stressful watching, there's that one. And then also in your quarterfinal, I think you were down going into the last set.
Right. Actually, that's true. And also the
semifinal as well. Also there, yeah. So you guys were clutch coming in at the
last quarter. Yeah.
Yeah. Nice. So this one was, this hand was from the round of 16 that Andy sent through. And this was an interesting defensive problem. So I'll chuck it in from his perspective. Here they had like some interesting bidding where two clubs was like 18, 19 bell. West showed 4 or more hearts. East accepted, and then West said that choice of games. I got exactly 5 hearts. Where do you want to go? And here Sataj led a spade. And then from counting the points, Andy's got like the bulk of the points here. He's got 14. Dummy's got 8. So he knows that Sataj doesn't really have much, but maybe room for a queen if East is like aggressively upgraded. So I went a spade lead, and Andy ducked the first one. His thoughts were he wasn't sure, like if he won the ace, what would you return? He had no clear path forward, so didn't want to commit here.
Probably a spade, yeah.
And then they played a diamond over, and then a diamond back, and East actually had 6 diamonds. So here Andy won. Now, I'm not sure if you heard Andy's story from here. I haven't shown you this hand, but what are your thoughts from here at all?
He knows his partner can't get in. His partner has no entry to enjoy the spades. So that I see, so it looks like the normal play is to play ace and a spade, but I'm guessing something different happened here. So because if he plays ace of spades and a spade, declare. I remember this hand. I was the declarer, and I can actually talk you through what I was thinking as declarer in a second. But yeah, it feels like that's just going to force declare into playing hearts, and he knows the hearts are on side queen third, right? So I can see that he maybe try. I mean, I'm guessing he did something tricky because you're showing the hand, but I don't know what it is.
So Andy actually played a heart here, and I'll open it up at this stage. And here East had ace Dalton, so they can't take the free finesse at this stage. And they don't know a lot of information, but they win the ace, and then persevered with spades. And here he gets to lock
to then play the dummy. Okay.
And now Sataj gets his queen of hearts.
Oh, cool. So what could he have done after winning the ace of hearts? What could he have?
So I think they have to, because they've got the 9 of clubs here, they have to win ace, hook the heart on the way back.
Okay, and then they can just play a club up
and play the club.
I got it. So it's funny. This hand was just so much easier for me. Not both because I didn't have that defense, but I just made the percentage play in diamonds. So they led spade against me, spade to the ace and a spade back, and I had this 6-2 diamond fit that I just needed to score 5 tricks in because I had 2 spade tricks and 2 heart tricks. So all I needed was 5 diamond tricks. And so the percentage way to play this diamonds is to play this diamond suit is to play small from dummy the 10 deuce, and when they play low to just put in the 9. And there's 2 ways to play the suit. You could play up to the ace, or you could play to the 9. But playing to the 9, it's gonna win when it'll win whenever South has singleton 8, singleton 7, or singleton 5. But small to the ace only wins when they have singleton jack or singleton queen. So there's a very small percentage reason to play small to the 9, but it's clearly the right play. So that when I made the play, I assumed that it would have been a push because that's just the normal way to play the diamonds. But I guess not, obviously, because he played a diamond of the ace. But that made the hand super easy because now I just had 5 diamond tricks. So it was a fast hand from there.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, so I thought this one was really cool, but
yeah, it is really cool.
Sweet suit combination, also attacking the entries and then just like locking them in dummy. So that was one, and this other one was one
that was a great play
from Nabil. This is just like a subtle false card and just luring the declarer into the wrong line. So here I went pass, and Nabil opened 3 diamonds, take out double 3 spades. And here he led the queen of diamonds. And at this stage, declarer won the ace and crossed over played a club to the jack, which his partner won. And then his partner continued the king of diamonds. So here, declarer ruffed and now played the king of hearts. And Nabil said that he wanted to get declarer to draw trumps. And he also knows that East as a past hand, has shown up with the king of diamonds, the queen of clubs. He knows Michael's got like long spades. He also knows that the clubs look like they're working pretty well. So he just opted for to duck this, but also to false card. They were playing reverse signals. So he played the 2 of hearts reverse count. And now Declarer was trying to count West's shape. So he knows Nabil's got 7 diamonds. It looks like he's got 2 hearts here. And you can't continue hearts without them going like heart, rough or anything like this. But if Nabil's got 2 hearts, ducking with ace doubleton would be really, really strange. So it looks like Michael's hand is like ace of hearts, king of diamonds, queen of clubs, may or may not have the jack of spades. But at that stage, he thought Nabil was a 7-2-2, and then went to draw trumps at this stage. And if I open it up, Michael's got 5 spades here, and a spade continuation covered. And now when Nabil gets in with the ace of hearts at this stage, you can then tap Declarer and ditch the heart, and the hand just completely fell apart. So just a little false card there. Yeah. Nabil really liked to sort of sow seeds of doubt for.
It's funny. It's when you're looking for count signals, you have to know when to trust your opponent's count signals, and sometimes they just have to give you count. There are certain spots where you just know they're giving you count, because if they give their partner wrong count, then their partner's going to make the wrong play. But you always have to be leery that the person who has the ace does not need to give count. And so that's something if you're not 100% sure where the ace is, it's very hard to, you just can't trust their card.
Yeah. It's like count's only useful if it's helping partner. Does partner actually have a choice here? And when your partner doesn't have choices, you can, lead Declarer down the garden path. So that was from the round of 16, which one of the ones that you won kind of handily, but a couple of cool hands here. And now jump into the finals.
Yeah. So yeah, we the next 2 matches, so the round of 16 we won pretty well, but you're right, in the quarterfinals, it was a close going into the last quarter, but our guys pulled it out. And again, in the semifinals, it was really close. Like, it was just, but really intense to watch. It was very tough. It was a struggle. I struggle watching my team on the graph, but honestly, they did make it easy with, like, towards the end, every time it felt like they just put up a string of good boards where it wasn't actually close at the end. As much as it was close going into the fourth quarter, we usually had a lead with a few boards to go and felt pretty comfortable. So so that was nice of them. Thank you. So now we come to the finals, and the finals started with this board. The auction, sometimes especially with board 1, they miss the auction, and this hand started a club from south. Raj had a pretty good hand. He has a 17 count. He doubled. He was planning on power doubling, showing a hand that's too good to overcall 1 spade. And North bid a spade now. And my first decision was what to free bid over 1 spade. We don't play double as takeout over a club double a spade. We play double as penalty. So I didn't have a way to make a takeout and show both the unbid suits, which I obviously have, queen 4th and king 5th. But given that, I decided it was just better to free bid hearts, because I did like my hand for game. If I had a slightly worse hand, like if I didn't have the queen of hearts, if I had 4 little hearts, I would have probably just free bid diamonds and given up on heart. Like, I wouldn't have felt as compelled to show hearts. But because I have a pretty good hand for game, I decided I'm going to bid 2 hearts, my 4-card suit, rather than my 5-card suit. So I bid 2 hearts, and now South raised to 2 spades. And now over 2 spades, Raj has a weird hand. Like, he's got to show his values, but now they've bid his suit, and he knows I have a spade void, right? Or probably, unless because it was it's a support double spot. So he really, unless North has psyched a spade, which Aaron's not psyching a spade the first board of the finals of the Soloway. I mean, maybe, but I don't know. It's definitely not his style. So Raj knows I have a spade void, but he needs to show values. His only real bid now was double again, and so and doubling again. Went past, and now I had a kind of easy 3 diamond bid, because now if I had a 5th heart, I would probably just bid my hearts again. But with 5 diamonds, I decided I had to bid 3 diamonds, and now one passed, and Raj jumped to 4 hearts. Now I knew he probably only had 3 hearts, because he didn't just raise me, right? He could have raised 2 hearts to 3 hearts or 2 hearts to 4 hearts. But what I didn't know was that he had such good diamonds, that he had 4-card diamond support. So when I was thinking about what to do over 4 hearts, I really wasn't sure whether I was supposed to leave him in 4 hearts or pull back to 5 diamonds. But I was really worried that he didn't have as much, like he power doubled, right? So he could have had more clubs. He didn't have to have the 4 diamonds in this auction. He definitely could have had, like, I think he could have even had like 2 diamonds and 3 clubs. So I wasn't really sure about what was going on. And so I decided to just pass 4 hearts. And when they let a spade, and dummy came down, and I was obviously not happy with being in a game opposite Jack, a game with Jack third opposite Queen fourth. And my first thought was 5 diamonds better. And I realized pretty quickly that, well, 5 diamonds it's got a lot of work to do. I would have to rough 3 of my clubs in the dummy, and also I have to solve this heart suit. Like, I can use the ace of hearts in 5 diamonds to throw away my 2 of hearts, ace of spades to throw away the 2 of hearts. But I still have to deal with the hearts, which now with the ace king of hearts being in one hand, it's viable. But if the ace and king of hearts are split, it was going to be pretty hard to make 5 diamonds. So I'm like, okay, whatever. Let me try and hack 4 hearts and my 4-3 fit. Okay, so I'm counting my tricks, and I have the ace of clubs, and I have now the queen and ace of spades is 3, right? If I can get 2 diamonds is 5. So all I really need is 5 trump tricks. And so I can rough spade with the 2 of hearts. I can rough a club with the 3 of hearts. I can rough a spade with the 5 of hearts. I can rough a club with the 6 of hearts. That's 4. But I won't be able to rough a 5th spade. So I'm going to need to rough a 4th club into dummy. And so that's going to have to be my 10th trick. So I started going about my business, and my first thought is, should I just cash 2 diamonds right now and get it over with? Or no, I can do it later. I said to myself, no, I'll cash 2 diamonds later. So I won the queen of spades, and I don't remember if I cashed the ace or if I played a low spade and roughed it.
Yeah, like, importantly, I like that you pitched the diamond here. It'd be very easy to go, hey, well, I want to like run my diamonds, but that's like a pipe dream.
Yeah, there was just no chance I was going to be able to draw trumps and enjoy the diamonds. It was just not going to happen. So I cashed the ace of clubs, and I think I played ace of spades, and I pitched another diamond and a spade rough. Okay, and now I roughed a club, and now I roughed a spade, and now I roughed a club, and now here, stop at this trick. So now all I have to do now to make this hand is play ace of diamonds, diamond of the king, and lead a club towards the dummy. But I called a diamond from the dummy. I called low. I said, play a diamond. And like my heart sank because now I was in the wrong hand. I needed to cash the diamond. And I knew immediately, like I said the word diamond, and suddenly I knew, like, what have you done? And so now I won the king of diamonds, but now when I played a club, South was able to pitch a diamond, and I got my rough and dummy, but now I didn't get my second diamond trick. So I just went down in a completely cold game. It's the first board of the Soloway. I mean, and I've just gone down. You know, you're so excited. You're like, how often you get to the finals, the first board, and you see 10 tricks, you're about to take them, and then you call the wrong card from dummy and go down in a cold game on the first board. I was shaking. I'm not gonna lie, I was shaking. Like, it's nerve wracking. But I had a moment where I said to myself, all right, listen, you pride yourself in being able to get over bad boards. If there's ever a time where for you to just dig in and play better and just it's over, just get it out of your mind and get on to the next hand. Prove it, prove that you are good at getting over bad boards now. All right, so that's the start of my match. Okay, is going down in this game. So the next board 2.
Do you have any, like, what are your strategies for getting over bad boards? Like it's easy to say do it, but like what sort of things do you try and do?
I just focus. I just look at the next hand and just get into it. Like I don't. I've had a lot of experience with it in my life getting over bad. I've had a lot of bad boards.
Yeah.
That's the key to getting over bad boards is have a few of them. Yeah, no, but that's been my life. I mean, I've played a lot of my life with clients, so I've had to. Maybe it's not always my bad boards, but mentally, it's just as difficult to get over your partner's bad boards as it is your own. It's not like. I mean, maybe not just as difficult, but it's definitely. So I've just had a lot of practice at it, and I just kind of and success with it. I feel like I've had that mentality of, like, I don't know, maybe I pretended at first that I was good at getting over bad boards, but at some point I started to believe it. Like that hey, you are good at getting over. You don't let stuff get to you, so you're good. But this is the finals, and I'm telling you, it was definitely shaking a little bit. I'm not like but anyway, so the next board. I'm like, okay, I get to open a no trump on the next board. I'm like, here's your chance at redemption, right? board 2. And it was not much of a declare play problem. But when they led, I opened 1-0 with that 15 count with East. And they led a spade, and I was pretty much stuck. When I count my tricks, I had 2 club tricks, 2 spade tricks is 4, a heart trick is 5. I needed to either solve the diamond suit or have the spades. Sorry, 2 clubs, 1 spade, 1 heart is 4. I needed to solve the diamond suit. I needed 5 diamond tricks to make my contract. So I have to guess the queen of diamonds. And normally it's 8 ever, 9 never, right? Would be like the 9 you wouldn't finesse. But I had this extra chance on this hand that if I lead the 10 of diamonds from my hand, maybe I could induce a cover from my left-hand opponent. And sure enough, it did. And that was like a big relief. And I wasn't sure whether I was going to, if he didn't cover, whether I was going to go up king and run the jack around or not. It's depending on if your opponent is likely to cover, then that is kind of a little bit more percentage. So I was leaning that way if he did not cover the 10 of diamonds to finesse. And it turned out that at the other table, they did the same thing. They led the 10 of diamonds, but they didn't. Sartaj did not cover the 10 of diamonds. And Declare did, in fact, win the king and finesse the diamond back and lost the queen. So they took 4 spade tricks and the queen of diamonds. So we immediately took the lead. So after losing the first board, we actually didn't lose a full game swing on the first board. We only lost half because they were only in a part score. So they were in 3 diamonds or something at the other table. So we were down by 5 or 6 on the first board. And then we won 10 right back on the next hand. I didn't know that, but I was pretty happy about it. Then board 3, another high stakes hand comes up. So they opened a club by South, and Raj overcalled Michael's 2 clubs, and North bid 2 diamonds, I believe non-forcing. He had a pretty good hand up there. But he's got 1-1 in the majors. He knows the auction is not going to end, and so I think he just, rather than start it's not, most people, I'm sure that they play unusual versus unusual, where when the opponents show the majors, that 2 hearts would show clubs and 2 spades would show diamonds, kind of thing. So he probably could have shown a game forcing hand in diamonds is probably all he could have shown. Usually when you're bidding the unbid suit in unusual versus unusual, most people play that promises a game forcing hand. And so he decided he was not game forcing, so he just bid 2 diamonds.
So
now,
I think another thing about that is, like, one of the points about game forcing is you want to encourage your partner to penalize when it's right. And this hand really doesn't want to ever penalize.
Yeah.
So the 2 stiffs, you're going to get another bid, but you don't want partner just doubling because they think you've got defense.
Right. So he bid 2 diamonds. Now I had a pretty straightforward 2 heart bid. Might have considered jumping to 3 hearts because I have 4 card support, but at the same time, I did get to free bid 2 hearts. Like I'm choosing to bid 2 hearts rather than just being forced to bid 2 hearts. So I am showing something when I bid 2 hearts here. I'm saying, partner, I like it my hand for hearts because I could pass. Yep. And so I bid 2 hearts. It went 3 clubs, and Raj jumped to 4 hearts there with his 6-5 hand because he knows that I've chosen to bid hearts. And what does he need to make a game? He doesn't need very much. The queen of hearts was all he really needed to make 4 hearts. So, but now it went 5 clubs from North, and it's a high level hand. We're vol, they're not. And we have to decide whether to bid 5 over 5. And I had a weird hand because I kind of, on one hand, I had a defensive trick with the ace of diamonds, and I had 3 spades, which is actually quite a bad thing in this auction. Like, if I would be much happier having 4 hearts and 2 spades, because partner doesn't always have ace, king, queen 5th. They might have ace, king, jack 5th. And then that 3rd spade is going to turn into not the best holding. But I just decided that my hand was, because I have that 4th trump in hearts, and because my points are an ace, which is very likely to be useful, that I decided that it was better for me to pass and leave the decision up to Raj. I had a feeling any hand that Raj was going to bid 2 clubs, Michaels, and then leap to 4 hearts over my free 2 heart bid. I had a feeling Raj was going to bid 5 hearts. Like, there was a good chance that I was getting a 5 heart bid when I passed, but I was very much okay with it because it just seemed like if he's 6-5, I'm going to have some play for 5 hearts if he's bidding 5 hearts, right? So and sure enough, Raj did bid 5 hearts, and they led their singleton diamond. But now what happened was, I'm now in my hand. Now, normally with this heart suit, especially with my right hand opponent having shown short hearts, you may consider running the jack of hearts, because normally running the jack of hearts, it wins when the queen is on side, but it also is the only way to pick up the suit when South has ace queen third, right? So it's slightly percentage to play the jack of hearts and run it, but here I can't get back to my hand, so I only get one shot at the heart suit. So really, I can't pick up ace queen third. If it was ace queen third of hearts, then he could just pop up with the ace of hearts, and that's the end of the hand. He's just going to put me in dummy. So I basically have to figure out which stiff honor North has in order for me to make it. And because first of all, East made a non-forcing two diamond bid. B, South didn't lead a high club, so there's a really good chance that there's a high club honor with North. I didn't think there was really room for North to have the ace of hearts. So for me, I didn't take very long to make this guess. I played a heart up, played the king, dropped the queen, and made 5 hearts. And that was huge. And this is, so now we went, that's huge. And at the other table, as you can see at the top right of that little screen, that our teammates played 5 clubs, which I guess was cold. Was it cold? I mean,
yeah. There's a spade and a diamond.
Yeah, right. Exactly. It was straightforward, easy. So it was a double game swing. But so it was very nice to after having that bad board to then paint game and compete to 5 hearts, which isn't easy to compete 5 over 5. It's like it was an awkward hand to get that right. That felt really, really good. Then so I had one more hand from this set that were another high pressure spot where I believe it was 9. Yeah, where my right hand opponent went in first chair, opened 3 hearts, non-vol against vol, and I had that 18 count on the with East, nice 18 count, wrong shape for a takeout double, and I have a heart stopper. So like I didn't want to like double, have my partner bid 4 diamonds and with like some 8-10 point hand with diamonds and no heart stopper. I felt like I couldn't do that, so I had to overcall 3-no trump. Yeah, so I couldn't bring spades into the picture. Right. And so I overcalled 3-0, and my left-hand opponent thought for a little bit and let a low heart. And I'm saying he thought for a little bit because it's information I have available to me at the table is what are they thinking about? And so dummy came down with ace jack 5 of spades, and like so disappointing, right? That like it looks like 4 spades is just going to be easy, straightforward hand. But they played the heart to the king and a low heart back, and okay, so when he plays a low heart back, I have to decide whether to play the queen or the 10, whether to play the 3 heart bidder to have ace king 6 of hearts, or whether to play them to have king jack 6 of hearts, right? And again, I know that it's a full vulnerable game swing, and still I'm telling you, I'm confident and I'm feeling good. I'm over my board, but still, this is the same set that I had that. Yeah. So I'm like sitting here like, you have to get this right. You are not allowed to get this wrong. You sit here until you figure out what's going on. And I thought about it for a really long time. A few things, like one is first of all, the opening leader thinking about what to lead. So if he had jack 3 of hearts, he wouldn't have any thought about which heart to lead. He may have a thought of which suit to lead, but he would not have a thought about which heart to lead. But with ace 3 of hearts, I feel like he might have thought about not leading a heart, because he might want to like catch the king with his ace. That'd be my one thing that he might be thinking about. So that was one thing. And he may have been thinking about leading the ace, which would be weird. I think it's more likely with ace 3, he's thinking, should I just wait and let my partner lead it through? So that's one thought that I had. So I'm grasping for information, right? Like I don't have a lot, but then I started asking my right-hand opponent about their style for their openings of 3 hearts in first chair. So I asked him, like, how aggressive are you first chair white red to open 3 hearts? She's like, we're really, really aggressive. I'm like, okay, that's a good start. Like, okay, so that, he's like, we could open 3 hearts with jack 6 and out, he said. I'm like, okay, well, that's interesting. Okay. And then I asked him, what about your 2 heart range? Like, what is a 2 heart bid for you guys? And he's like, it's more like a normal week 2 bid. I'm like, okay, well, now things are really pointing towards, like, if he had ace king 6 of hearts, would he really be opening 3 hearts, or would he be opening 2 hearts to show the real weak 2 bid to not compromise getting to game? And then he also made a comment like, partner's not usually going to raise with 3 over 3 hearts.
Okay. Yeah.
So now, like, all those things and all that combined with South having thought before leading And again, I'm thinking like if you're gonna, and what other suit might he be thinking about leading? He wasn't thinking about leading a spade, right? He wasn't thinking about leading a club, right? And so maybe a diamond, if he had king, queen, jack of diamonds, he might have thought like, should I lead a diamond from king, queen, jack, or should I lead a heart from jack third? You know, I think he would have led a diamond if he had jack third of hearts and king, queen, jack of diamonds. I think that much more likely he would have tried to surprise attack me. So all that combined, I finally decided, all right, I'm putting him in the 10. And they said, good job, you got it right. And so I was very relieved to have that happen. So, and then it's funny because this is a spot where if my life depended on me for guessing spades, if my life depended on guessing the spades right, of course I would guess the spades right. I would play for the preemptor to have a singleton. But once I got the hearts right, I didn't actually need to get the spades right. It was actually more important that I didn't finesse into the queen doubleton. So I ended up getting the spades wrong, but that was for safety purposes.
Yeah. If you finesse and it loses, that's
no good. That would be silly, exactly. And if he had opened 3 hearts with king jack 5th of hearts, and then I lost a heart to the queen, and the guy's like, I got a 4th heart, and I would have been really, really upset. That would have been a devastating moment in my day.
In the 5 card.
Maybe, yeah, exactly. If he'd opened 3 hearts and a 5 card suit, it would have been a big bummer. Yeah.
Did this cross your mind that like if North had ace king 6, they might have false guarded with the ace?
Yeah, yes, for sure, 100%. He might have, and he won the king pretty quickly and played one back pretty quickly. So like, there's that too. Like, I was thinking like he would have had a little. I would have felt a little bit more of a shuffle between the 2 cards, a little bit something. I would have sensed something there. So it's funny. You can't go on one of those things. Any one of them, but like every little piece of the puzzle was adding up to the 10 between the opening lead hesitation, exactly what you just said, that he didn't hesitate. But then I also thought about that he did not that he didn't hesitate, that he didn't false card. Yeah. But I also thought about the fact that maybe he can't false card because maybe if he wins the ace and plays one back, I guess if his partner has the jack, he will. What about if I have queen jack 3rd of hearts and he play a heart to the ace and a heart back and I play the queen and it wins? Won't his partner not know he has the king? Yeah. And so maybe his partner might get in and do something else. That would be the one scary thing about false carding in that spot. But yes, it is a spot that he could false card for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, that was some cool hands. And you guys went on to win in 3 stanzas quite convincingly. So I guess
you can bring up this. Can you move the hand and show the score after the disastrous first board? we ended up that same set picking up a huge number of imps. Like so that was my emotional roller coaster of the day. Like you start with that board, it ended up only being 5, but holy cow, was I bummed about that first board, and then to have that little string of purple there. It was pretty cool.
Well, like even though it's like losing 5 mentally, like it's kind of more like 15 because like you missed that opportunity for that
exactly,
and you can't let that happen again. So here's the winning team again. From left to right, we've got Michael Wibley, Sataj Hans, Raj Shuri, Gavin Wolpert, Nabil Edgerton, and Andy Hung. So look at those smiling faces.
It was a happy moment for sure. Thanks a lot. Thanks. Can I plug my website before I go? Is it
absolutely.
Cool? Yeah. So I teach on my website, wolpertbridge.com. I just teach kind of American standard, expert standard stuff, good for advanced players and high intermediate players. And I'm also on YouTube like you.
Yeah. So if you haven't seen Gavin, check out his stuff. Well, thanks for joining me, Gavin. That was awesome hands, and congratulations again. That was fantastic result, winning the Soloway. You guys were definitely my team that I was rooting for, so super pumped that you guys got up. And hopefully there's more of that to come.